Hello. Let's take some sales tax notes. So, sales tax is the tax that you pay on an item that you purchase. So, let's go ahead and write that down. We're going to put it right here. The tax you pay on an item you purchase. So to find sales tax, the very, very most important thing is to understand that our tax rate is always given as a percent, just like here, we have a percent. But we don't calculate it as a percent. We need to turn that percent into a decimal. So percent always means out of 100. So there's two ways we can do that. We can set that percent over 100 and divide, or we can think to ourselves, this whole number right here needs to be in the hundredths place of our decimal. So if we have our place value considerations right here, this is the tenths, and this is the hundredths. So 8 is going to need to be right here. And then we fill in to the decimal. So 8%, and this way would look, 8 divide 100 in the calculator. 8% is 0.08. So to calculate that, we're going to take our cost. This iPhone is $998. So we're going to look at our original cost, $998. And we're going to multiply by that sales tax at 8%. That is 0.08. So 0.08. If we're putting that in the calculator, super easy. But if we're multiplying, remember that when we multiply, we don't line up our decimals. So we're going to, let me change colors here, 998 times 0.08. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 9 is 72. Plus 6 is 78. 8 times 9 again is 72. Plus 7 is 79. We have, let me undo that. It was huge. We have 2 numbers behind the decimal in our problem. So in our solution, we need to have 2 numbers behind the decimal in our solution. So the sales tax for this phone is going to be $79.84. And that's just for the tax. Now, when we look at some practice problems, I want you to pause this video and take a moment to try to calculate the sales tax on each of these, and then what would the total be? I'll give you a minute to pause it, and then I will continue so that you can check your work. All right, so a TV costs $425 and has a sales tax of 6%. Calculate the sales tax. $425 times 6% turns into 0.06. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 2 is 12. 13, 14, 15. 6 times 4 is 24, and 1 is 25. 1, 2 numbers past the decimal. 1, 2 numbers with the decimal. So the tax is $25.50. Question 2 says, what would the total cost of the TV, what would be the total cost of the TV, including sales tax? So this cost of the TV from problem 1 is $425. And the sales tax from problem 1 is $25.50. Now, when we add and subtract decimals, we do line up the decimals. So let's go ahead and put our decimals in and fill in our numbers around that $425 and $25.50. So we're going to have 50 and 0, carry the 1, is 5 and 4. So our total cost would be $450.50. Give you a second to look at that. Pause that if you need to write that down. Question 5. Calculate the sales tax and the total cost of a shirt. $25 shirt. 8.25% sales tax. So sales tax is a good thing. Total cost is good to know. So first thing we need to do is turn that percent into a decimal. 8.25%. Now when we have a decimal inside of our percent, that doesn't mean it's already a decimal. We still have to move it. So percent means out of 100. So we can put in 8.25 divide 100. Or we can make sure that this whole number is in the hundredths place. So if we have 0. Here's our tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Here's our hundredths. So we have to make sure that 8 ends up in our hundredths. So the number is 825, and then we're going to put that 0 over here up to the decimal. So we're going to multiply, sales tax we multiply, $25 shirt times 0.0825. Now this has, the tax value has more digits. So when I multiply, I'm going to go ahead and put that on top just because that's going to make me have less lines to multiply. Decimal 0.825 multiplied by 25. Get 5, 2, and don't forget to leave a space here so that you don't put a number. Okay, let's go ahead and add that up. 5, 2, 6, 0, 2. Now in my question I have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers behind the decimal. So in my solution I need to have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers behind the decimal. So that makes my decimal right here. Now money is only written with 2 numbers after the decimal. So we stop at the hundredths place or round if we need to. So here's our hundredths place. This 25 is closer to the 6 and it is the 7. So we're going to stop at $2.06. So our tax is going to be $2.06. Now remember that tax makes your item cost more, so we're going to add that back in. So if we started off with $25, and remember when we're adding, we have to line up those decimals. So let's go ahead and put those decimals in. And we have $2.06. We're going to fill these zeros in here. Get 0, 6, 7, 2. So our final cost is $27.06. Let's look at question 6. Calculate the sales tax and the total cost of a $230 camera with a 9% sales tax. So let's change that percent to a decimal. 9%. This is our hundredths place. So we have tenths, hundredths. So 9 is going in the hundredths. Or we could say 9 divide 100. So we have 0.09 as our tax rate. So the first thing we're going to do is multiply $230 times our tax. 230 has more digits, so I'm going to put that on top. 230 times 0.09, and we do not line up our decimals when we multiply. So 9 times 0, 0, 9 times 3 is 27. Carry that 1. 9 times 2 is 18. Yeah, 18. Wait, 9 times 27. 2, 7. 9 times 3 is 20. Yeah. 9 times 2 is 18, 19, 20. 20. And we have 2 digits behind the decimal in the problem. So 2 digits behind the decimal in the solution. And there's our answer. So our sales tax on this TV is $20.70. Tax makes your item cost more. So we're going to add that in. And remember, we line up decimals. So I'm going to go ahead and put my decimals in. So we have $230 added with $20.70. And that's going to give us $250.70. So our final cost after taxes is 270 cents. So I hope that helped you understand sales tax and how to calculate it.